Building in public can be extremely hard. I'm going to show you exactly the process I'm going through at this moment in time with building this YouTube channel. Now, I know subscriber count, you're probably after checking the bottom left, you're probably after clicking to see how many subscribers I have. I have 6. So the key thing here is I want to show the real life scenarios here and how you actually go about and document this entire journey of building something big, using YouTube as the growth factor. And with that in mind, what we're going to do is jump straight on over here to my YouTube dashboard. So lo and behold, here's my YouTube dashboard. You can see at this moment in time, videos are getting a shocking amount of views. And what we're going to do here is quickly dive into this and see potentially what's the problem. Again, if any YouTube experts out there have any information, guides, advice, tips, let me know in the comments. I'm desperate to obviously learn a bit more about YouTube. So the key focus here, what I'm trying to do with this entire channel is obviously document the journey. So I have obviously the knowledge and experience in marketing. However, one of my key areas that I do find at times I struggle with is the likes of this building out YouTube and getting sustainable growth through YouTube. However, I'm going to use this as one of my key platforms to help build out my own community. I'm building this out through the school community, and the focus of this community is going to be heavily on people that are looking to build. We're looking for builders, and people are looking to earn and build wealth, passive income, side hustles, things like that in the marketing area. Key difference here, I suppose, in any other group, I will tend to focus heavily on the marketing fundamentals, and you build from the ground up the right way and easily kind of allow you to achieve the goals and dreams that you want. However, I will be using YouTube to kind of drive this growth. And obviously the key here is I need to understand more about YouTube. And what's going to happen here, I'm going to dive into some of my videos just to kind of go through analytics and where I think the problem is and where I will be making changes basically after this video. And again, referring back to see, do these changes make a difference or not? So with most of this content I've posted over the last couple of days, I've been focusing heavily on keywords. So search terms and the main driving here. So in this one down here, learn AI for small business marketing fast and easy. Again, the keyword, that was the entire long term keyword. So I wanted to see overall how we done. So we're getting 508 impressions. We're getting a click-through rate of 3.9. Now, I still think this click-through rate is very low. I think on average, the potential of what I've seen is around maybe 5%. So I'll accept the 3.9, obviously, because I'm still learning this out and, battling, testing it all out. But you can see here, obviously, straight away, 85% of it is coming from search. Now, to me, this is telling me people are searching for the term. However, the potential bottleneck here is impressions. So it is, or the click-through rate. So it is something that I will have to kind of maybe look at again, change it. I am running a test here at the moment to see how these are doing. However, obviously, there's a few days left before this test is finished. But again, I need to kind of get an idea of what's happening with click-through rates. Again, as I mentioned, with the click-through rates, you can see here there's not amount of views coming through it through the entire process. But as I said, we're definitely getting a lot of traffic from search, and we're getting the impressions. And overall, it's achieving what I personally think it's meant to achieve. However, click-through rate seems to be the problem. And as I said here, it has leveled out completely now in terms of impressions. We're not getting much more impressions to it. This could be because of YouTube is not pushing it anymore. Maybe it's a bit of understanding a bit more about the channel, because the channel is so small, which is definitely something that what I've read and what I've seen is a common thing. We go through, obviously, engagement, not a massive amount of engagement. The overall audience, we're not going to have a major amount of information here, I suppose, for the audience, but I suppose the key thing here is the traffic sources. So this next video I made here is how to make a thumbnail in Canva. So again, we only have 4 views, or 3 views. It's unreal low. Now again, I'm not 100% sure what's causing this, but if we jump over here to the reach section, impressions are not really getting much impressions. We're not really getting much through browse features or through search. Now again, this was a key term I went for. So how to make thumbnail in Canva. I think the problem here is I targeted a keyword, how to make thumbnails, but obviously I'm missing how to make a thumbnail in Canva, and I think potentially this could be the problem here. So what I'm going to do with this video is I'm going to look at potentially changing the title. Obviously try and include the keyword in it as much as I can, but I might have to reword it and focus on it different, because as I said, the impressions are not getting there. So is it something that YouTube looks at and says you're purposely just trying to get keywords that don't make sense, kind of, and has that hindered this video? Again, I think that could be the reason. Thumbnail click-through rate is not great, obviously, for the key thing. Again, here is 1.3, but I'm more concerned that we're not getting impressions. at all for this video. So that is going to be a major, I think, problem here. If we look at this video then, what are the best AI tools for marketing in 2025? And I think the key word again was a long-term tail. So I think what are the best AI tools for marketing in 2025 is a searchable term. And again, if we look at the metrics, we're only getting 7 views in the last 48 hours, only 2 views in total on it. And if we go to the reach, we're getting suggested videos. We're not getting any search at all for the keyword. So again, that is a concern. However, we are getting a lot of impressions. Again, 663 impressions. Click-through rate is 0.5%. Seems extremely low. And again, I would have thought the thumbnail is okay. However, I think the key thing here is thumbnails in general may need to change a little bit. And I'm not sure. I'm not doing an actual test on this thumbnail. So therefore, I will have to change it around. And I think if I go to the video, which is here. Yeah, so I've only stuck, I think, with the one thumbnail for this video. And again, impressions are good in comparison, I suppose, to the size of the channel. However, I need to start converting more of these with clicks, better clicks, I think, on the thumbnail. So it could be a few different things happening here. 96% of the impressions are coming from YouTube recommending my content, which I think is a good thing based on what other people are watching, they're seeing it. But the problem is it's not standing out. So I think potentially here is the best AI tools is leaving a lot of information on the side. Again, best AI tools for what? I need to maybe focus a little bit more on the psychological factors here of this thumbnail to match more towards what the title was. So what are the best AI tools for marketing? I should have just put in something related to marketing or what I'm trying to build. And again, that's something that I will look at doing as well here to kind of get a bit of understanding and see can we improve it. Now, in terms, I suppose, of them, was it 3-4 videos, and even this one down here, AI hacks for small business. Again, 13 views. Reach is only 438. Again, impressions are low. We're not really getting much traffic from YouTube search, a small amount at the moment. But again, what's happening, it doesn't seem to be clicking through. So again, it comes down to click-through rates, and obviously it comes down to thumbnails. Thumbnail design needs to change a little bit more here. I am using vidIQ to create the thumbnails, so I may just kind of look to revert it back to a different way of create thumbnails with big bold text, simple enough background, and maybe my own image on the right hand side, or maybe no image, and try that for a few videos just to see. In terms of shorts we're doing decent for the channel. However, the big problem here is I'm not getting a massive amount of engagement and people following from it. So how to grow Instagram fast using this AI hack. Again, 66% of the people liked it, 2 people didn't disliked it. We're getting decent views, but we're not getting really in terms of engagement, in terms of comments or people following from it. So if we go up here, you can get 389 views, obviously all in the shorts feed, a little bit through search. YouTube search terms are a weird, I suppose, amount of things. Max Verstappen edit, not really sure how that came into it. So maybe this is a problem here, that what's happening is when people are searching for different terms, this is coming up and it's obviously not going to match user intent. So again, potential problem there. So as you can see overall, I suppose there's a few things we need to work on through YouTube, and obviously seeing can we actually improve the entire flow of how we can potentially use YouTube to build out our overall videos, and with the end goal of obviously getting people to join the group. I suppose that is the key. So look, as I said, if you're new to YouTube or if you're interested in building alongside me, let me know. If you're an experienced YouTuber and you can offer some advice based on what I've shared, I'm more than happy to take any bit of advice that can help obviously with the growth of the channel and overall get some sort of consistency going, and pretty much see how things go from there. So look, I'm going to leave it there. That is pretty much what I want to do. Is if you're interested in building alongside me or interested in building and learning more of what I'm trying to do, definitely subscribe to the channel. Obviously the group is obviously another option if you're looking to join, and yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching.